Hello everyone, how you guys doing today? We're back here on the World of Otium, and we are doing another video here, working in our modern area. This should be the video following, that I'm recording, following all of the tours that Wells and I did, and I really did appreciate him coming over and spending some time with us on the server, walking around, seeing what we've been up to. I got some plans for today. I've got a couple of different projects I think I want to do. One of them is going to be helping out Mantis over on her skyscraper, get some landscaping / gardening done. So I've got some shulker boxes behind me that I've been collecting and picking up stuff on. I got some things I'm going to go do, and we are going to work on a couple different things, probably over a couple different episodes here as we're going to work on them. I'm going to try and space out some of these little projects that we've got going. And I do have an idea for our next skyscraper that we want to build over here. And I'm also looking to try and get some time over in some of the other areas doing some other builds. But let me get over to Mantis's spot, get some of these items over there, and I will be back with you here in just a bit. All right, welcome back. So we're flying over to the Mantis Court building, and we are going to start down here on the bottom here. We've got ourselves our bridge. You can see I got a second brownstone going in here. We're just working on, and we are going to spend some time doing some landscaping down and around here, around the bottom of this episode. I got some ideas for up in there. I may get to them today. I may not. But for the most part, we are going to lay out just some really super basic structures here. So let's talk about what we're going to do here. So what we want to do is, more than anything else, is get some greenery up and going here. Got a nice big space over here. So I have an idea for, we're going to put a fountain in here. For sure. We're definitely going to put a fountain in this area right over here. And my goal behind it is to have this as a walking path around it. And I think we're going to use just a regular stone, since this is the concrete that was added for the entrance. I think we're going to do a regular stone path, and I'm going to space this path out a little bit. So I'm going to pop up some of these. We're going to have a path that's going to come down over here, and then we're going to split it off and circle it around a fountain that's over here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be putting in a fish pond, or a little bit bigger fish pond right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have it drop down into our little salmon pond that we put in over here back on our live stream. And we're probably going to have it go underneath the sidewalk here and probably build this up. There's a little bit of structure on it, make this almost like a little bridge there that you can walk across and see the salmon, or see the fish. Oops. On this side, see, this is why you got to put up handrails and see the salmon on this side. So I may have it a little pond right in here that's going to drop down and then go underneath this thing and tie into this over here. And then the other thing we're going to do is going to work on some of the greenery around here and along this back here. I've got some ideas. I want to do something very, very simple along the back here that may not even have a path on it. I just may do some of these little custom trees along here just to have some good greenery and so forth. And then the other thing I want to do up here on this front one, which is a nice little other bigger area, is have almost like a little sitting area out in this area here, maybe a bench or two. I'm going to do this all out of a stone as well, more of a concrete hidden kind of area. So that is what we're going to start with. I've got ourselves some spruce leaves, which is going to be our primary one, and some spruce logs, That's not good. Sun's going down. Let me go and get safe. And I will be back with you here in a bit and get started on what we're doing. See you in a bit. All right, welcome back. And I'm about ready to see the sun go down again. Man, my timing is rotten today. All right, so this is the kind of the look and feel I want to do here. I'm going to put up some shrubs and trees, and we're going to have actual trees here, I think. But this is kind of the path, and then this, we're going to have to, this is just sort of me going through the shovel, whacking away the grass, and this is where we're going to have our fountain. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for a fountain yet. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we can come up with for a fountain. But I figured out one thing that's going to be a real pain, and this is a good time to do it. Lighting. So the roads are all lit up because I got jack-lanterns right here, right? So I know the roads are lit up, and this all catches it, and then this right here is a half slab, so it's not spawnable. Mad Dog is on right now, so we got ourselves a little bit of a, hopefully he'll sleep here in a second. But you can see here that this is all dark, and this is going to be a problem. Trying to get this all lit up and taken care of. The rest of the tower is relatively lit up pretty well, which is not a big deal. But we got all this area in here that goes around these areas. That's always been it's going to be the trick with it, is getting this stuff lit up. So what Mantis did here is she put down glowstone under the leaves, and we may do some of that. I think, you know, I've got some ideas for some shrubbery back on the back side there that I think we're going to do, and the glowstone in the ground may be exactly what we do. But I'm not sure how well that's going to work up front here. So we're going to have to really experiment with lighting. We may have to build some light poles, something different and interesting, which is going to be a different challenge. I haven't done that in a while, so it's definitely something I'm looking forward to. But this is the area I think I'm going to be spending the most focus on this first little chunk of it. And the more and more I'm doing this, I'm thinking this is going to take some time to put together. So what I'm going to do is let's go do around the back side and take a look at what I had initially had in mind. Let's go grab that. All right. So along the back here, what I want to do is to make sure that there is something along this back here, and I want it to be, there's not a lot of space back here, and I think what I want to do is just have the path pop up into the sidewalk, same way that happened up front. What that means I'm going to do is I'm going to put some trees in here, and I think what I want to do is do this with the trees. Super simple. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. That'll work, I think. I'm not sure how well I like that spruce stripped log. Yeah, all right, so put a couple of these in place here. And I think what we may have to do, you didn't see that? Some of these in. I may put a couple of these in place and see how this looks, both from out here and from in there. Base, leaf. The nice thing about, about the logs is that if you strip these logs, you can still turn them into planks. So I don't mind stripping them. I'll probably just use them as planks. You know, that's not bad. Look at it from a little bit further away. I'd like them to be a little thicker, but I don't want them to go up above the line there. I kind of want them to be very manicured, very what's the word? Right click. Not manicured, very precise, very squarish. Not very organic, very controlled. Yeah, I'm liking that. Some simple trees. I wish these leaves were a little fuller, like the oak leaves. So we may come back and swap these out with oak. Let's go look at these from inside. Well, you see how these oak leaves are slightly, let's just throw it right there. You can see. Trying to change the oak leaves. Oak leaves used to be a little bit thicker and fuller. You couldn't quite see through them as much. But let's take a look at these things over here. Yeah, they're not too bad. I like that. Nice and simple. You can still see out the windows. I do love the full windows and how that happens, but I think that this is definitely something that would be along the back of the building. In the front of the building, we're definitely going to have to make sure that we're not too tight to the buildings. We're just going to have some low-laying. This field right here, I think, is going to run along a lot of this. There's going to be a lot of the lighting that's going to be right below the window level, which I think is going to work out really, really well. Let me get back to work on these. Let me go fill out the full back of that and see what I can think of. I may go grab some dark oak logs as well, which when we strip them will be a little bit darker, but let's see what happens on these. So let me get to work on these, finish these up, and then I'll be back. We'll take a look at it. All right, welcome back. So this is what we got back on the back edge here. As I finish this up, I really didn't think we needed to look at the dark oak. I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't know if we're going to extend out beyond this. I'll definitely probably shave this down some in the landscape. Why must you always be setting? Definitely something along here we're going to be doing for the trees. I do like this look. Let's go take a look at it inside. I think really what the trick is going to be is lighting along here, and I have some ideas along here for some lighting along this back window here, but I'm not really sure how well that's going to work. I'm gonna have to play with it, so let's take a look at it from the inside here. All right, so you can kind of see here, it doesn't really make a big dent on the view because we don't know what the view is going to be out over here. So I'm kind of okay with having these things block off this back window. Give it a nice formal sort of give it some greenery and some work back here. And I don't think I'm going to actually bone meal any of this grass. I think I am going to leave it this grass though, to be honest with you. I kind of like the grass look on this. But we do need to put some kind of lighting back. See? Lighting. Right, you don't belong there. So we're going to have to put some lighting in there. And I think what we need to do is put in something. I don't know what it is. You can see I got some sea lanterns. Let's head back to our main storage area over here, and I want to pick up some oak leaves and some glowstone. And I think what I am figuring out here is that we're gonna have to do, we've got some sea lanterns that are going to be going into place here pretty soon, but definitely going to need some glowstone. You can see I've been collecting leaves here left and right, because I No, we're getting into that gardening, that landscaping, custom tree building phase of the server where I'm not building necessarily buildings. But also building, you know, landscapes and so forth. So less, it's almost less blocks, more, let's do this here, all the way along here. And we're gonna do, we're gonna go block. Oh, really? Really? All right. Let's see how. No, why couldn't it be even? No, why did Mantis have to make this on a 6? We'll definitely do the lighting that we need to back here. I really don't like oak leaves out here. You know, you lose that green effect. Let's, you know what? I haven't actually looked at it. Let's go grab some birch leaf. And there just happens to be some right here. You can get there. I have shears on me. Let's pick up some birch leaves. Chew up this whole tree right here. Oak leaves at the same time. Hard down. Of course, we're not going to drop that down. Pick up all this. All right, head back. So in the past, birch leaves, where am I? Birch leaves. Hold their color better in the deserts. So let's see if that's actually true. Oh, yep, still true. So we do get a darker green. They're slightly different texture too, so you can definitely see between the two, they've actually changed them from the different textures as well. But the birch definitely holds its green better, so we're definitely going to be using more birch leaves out here. So my oak leaf collection is probably going to have to take a bit of a back seat to this. Definitely worth the effort. All tied in. So let me finish up this back area, and I'll be back with you here in a bit. All right, welcome back. So we've got our birch leaves in, we got this all laid out, and I really do like this, how this finishes up. It does kind of hide the gray break along the back there, but you know, I'm okay with that. I think it really sort of just finishes the looks of this. And what I'm going to probably do is I know I'm not going to, oh, I bet you a rose bush on each of those would look awesome. What we're going to do is we're going to stick a rose bush right here. I know it doesn't directly hide perfectly, but it does make the symmetry along the back work. There's a couple spots where it looks like there's 2. And that's what's probably throwing me off, is we'll put a couple of rose bushes. What we'll do is we'll put a red rose bush on each of these dark gray pillars. I think that'll look really, really good. And the nice thing about this is with this glowstone is this definitely gives us the ability to put some shrubberies. I don't have a lot left, but I think we're definitely going to use some shrubs like this around the outside of this building, underneath the this glass here. And I think what I'm going to do, a couple of different, yeah, this is definitely what we want to do. And I'm going to have to go get some more birch leaves because that's all I've got right now. But I think those kind of shrubs around those corners there, flowers right there where these are going to be setting off, like roses, peonies, some of the 2 high ones. Roses, peonies, or the lilacs. I think it's going to look really good there, just with the random colors showing up there. Is going to really look good. So Let me go collect some more birch leaves. I'm good with the spruce leaves, so I'll probably pick up this box here. No, you know what? I think we're going to have a couple more spruce trees, sort of that similar style, probably floating around out here. Maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit more custom tree. Definitely think I want to put a custom tree right here in this corner, sort of to seal this up. I think that'll be a good spot for a nice custom tree, a bigger tree right there next to this fountain area. So let me go move on to the next little thing I wanted to show you guys. And I'll be back with you guys here in a bit. All right, everybody, welcome back. So we are over here at Havoc's little quarry area, and I think we've flown around over there, and this is his nether tunnel. But we're going to go down here and show what he has been working on, and we're going to have to be doing some contributions to. He is working on another nether tunnel, or an actual nether tunnel down here, and this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Let's just take a look at that. Sandstone, prismarine, and the best thing about this tunnel, it's right, you can fly down it. So by the time we get this all done, we'll have a flight line basically in the nether that we can, well, once it's done, we can fly along. So it'll be absolutely great. Just can't wait to do this. But yes, Havoc's been working on that one. I am going to actually go collect some sand for our last little sandstone to contribute in here. I got an empty shulker box. That's what I'm going to go do. But that is definitely something that we need to start bringing some materials in there. I'm going to work with Spanky, I think, on getting our prismarine, our guardian farm going. I've got a bunch of carpets. We've got our iron farm going for the iron bars here. And we can find stone anywhere. So we got ourselves in a good shape here. But thank you guys very much. Love to hear guys' comments, feedback, etc. on the landscaping that we did earlier. And anything ideas you had on that tunnel would be great. And I'm sure if you're not following Havoc, his link is down in the description, and he would love input if you guys have got any. As usual, hopefully you guys liked today's video. And as always, hit that thumbs up button if you did. And if you want to see more like that, definitely subscribe. So, thank you guys very much. I'm going to go and knock down some sand, or knock down some sandstone, fill the shulker box up, and deliver it back over there to Havoc. And until next time, this is a Wandering Nerd.